What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Saving Men's Lives Network, and we got a video today from a good friend of the channel, the Bluff City Nerd. I think I should give you guys a trigger warning, which is probably more for me than you guys, but you'll see why in a second. But about a woman up in New York State who was sending inappropriate nude photographs to a 14-year-old boy. I don't know how this story missed my radar, but shout out to our brother for picking it up. We're gonna get right into it. Roll the clip.
What's going on, y'all? So, I got this article here that I really want to share with you guys. And another one bites the dust. New York school employee, 22 years old, arrested for allegedly sending nude photographs to a 14-year-old boy. Oh my goodness. This is happening. What I've noticed about stories, this is happening more often than not with these female teachers and these underage male students. Because there's this whole stigma, with, I'm not saying it doesn't happen at all the other way around. That'd be foolish, okay? It does happen all the other way around. And those male teachers should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. But the problem is, when it happens when the aggressor is a female who is in a position of power, and the victim is a young boy who's not in any position of power, it always gets looked over, which is absolutely asinine in my opinion.
Facts. And this, I can't even count how many occurrences like this there have been this year. Flagrant crimes committed against these young boys. And they just don't get the hype or the outrage that they should, in my opinion. Because it seems as though little boys are valued less than little girls in this society. It's a damn shame, especially this month.
So let's go over this article real quick. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. A New York school employee was arrested after authorities said she sent nude photos to a teenage boy over a period of 3 months.
So let's unpack the math on that real quick. If she only sent him a picture once a week, over 90 days, that's nearly a dozen of these photographs. But if she was doing it every day, this boy has nearly 100 pieces of POR intergraphic material sent to him by somebody he's supposed to be able to trust. This is crazy, man.
Unreal. 3 months. The Chemung County Sheriff's Office announced that the arrest of Ana Maria Milazzo of El Maria, New York, on Monday, June 16th, after an investigation found that she sent nude photographs of herself to a 14-year-old male. Why she even gave that boy her number in the first place is wild to me. She had no business giving that child her number, obviously. A school resource officer assigned to the Greater Southern Tier BOCES initially received a complaint on June 9th that Milazzo, 22, sent indecent material to a minor, prompting an investigation by CCSO's Criminal Investigations Division. Oh, there's a beautiful mugshot over there. Authorities later arrested Milazzo on suspicion of dismantling indecent material to minors in the second degree, a Class E felony, and endangering the welfare of a child, a Class A misdemeanor, the CCSO said. Milazzo was issued an appearance ticket and is set to appear at the Wellsburg Village Court at a later date, the office added. The Greater Southern Tier BOCES confirmed to NBC affiliate WETM that Milazzo was terminated, but they could not comment on what her position was at the school. Per the outlet, Milazzo previously worked at BOCES facility in Chemung County. It is currently unclear when Milazzo was an employee at the school or if the boy was a student there. What? Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't like the smell of that at all. Because even if this chick was an unpaid volunteer, which we all know she wasn't, she had to have a job assignment and a job title to get her paycheck. You think they were accidentally paying her as much as the superintendent or the principal or the assistant principal? Absolutely not. They had to know what her job was to pay her properly per hour. That sounds like CYA to me. Cover your ass. And side note, who under the sound of my voice, myself included, didn't take roll every morning where they found out whether you were there or not and called your parents at home to say you skipped school if you didn't? Nah, bro, I don't like this kind of stuff. It's got a cover up written all over it.
It's, regardless, she was sending, inappropriate images to a minor. I mean, she's going down for that, like, without question. Per WETM, Milazzo was released following her arrest under New York's no-cash bail law. Wow. And she did not spend time. Wow, she did not spend any time in jail. Oh, wow. That's good job, New York. Good job.
The reason why it's so difficult to have any empathy for New Yorkers, and listen, this is coming from a guy who's got family in Albany, Harlem, and Brooklyn. But the reason why it's so difficult to have empathy for you guys is because this is the kind of policies y'all put in place. They elected an open socialist as their mayor. This is crazy. She spent no time in jail and had to pay no bail, and she's at home with her feet kicked up, laughing at all of us. I'm so fucking pissed, man.
Good job. Greater Southern Tier, BOCES, did not immediately respond to people's request for further information on Saturday, June 21st. It is not immediately clear if Milazzo has legal representation to comment on her behalf. Oh my goodness. So, thanks to New York's no cash bail policy, she was let free. She was let free. And who's to say that this demon right here is going to keep doing what she's doing? Well, now that she's about to get hit with the book, hopefully, but we all know when the perpetrator is a female in these type of situations that they don't get hit with the same amount of punishment as if it were male.
Sad but true, because according to the Department of Justice, in their own statistics, female convicts only serve anywhere from 60 to 65% of the exact same sentence a male would have gotten for the exact same crime. What a shame. Whatever happened to equal justice under the law? And a side point, this is happening up in New York. So my question is, how long does it take to get from New York to get, matter of fact, you know what? I'm asking Google. How long does it take to get from New York City to the Canadian border by car? Okay, so according to this, that's 6 to 7 hours by car. Not a long drive for somebody who doesn't want to spend time in jail. Should she decide, you know what? Taking responsibility for my actions isn't what I got on my bingo card for the day. This is fucking crazy.
Now, if she were a dude and did the same thing, it would be no question whatsoever. They would have threw him in prison immediately. I don't even think they would have went to trial. They would have just threw him. They would have just locked him up and threw away the key like that. Wouldn't have thought twice about it. But they're probably going to give her a slap on the wrist, and she probably won't do much prison time.
That's their pretty privilege for you.
Shit, she might have a hard time finding a job at best, but who knows? Because it's always these type of situations. Then you have these loser-ass dudes, right? You have these loser-ass men that'll get up here and comment on shit like this and be like, man, that young boy was lucky. I wish I had a hot teacher like that when I was a kid. You don't know that. When I hear these weak men say that shit, it really disgusts me because you don't know how your 14-year-old self really would have handled a situation like that. You really don't. You wouldn't have known what to do. I'm sure you would have been, you would have been happy at first, maybe. That's because you're too infatuated by the fact that this grown woman is sending you inappropriate photos to realize that you're being targeted, that you're the victim.
Let's just call her what she is, Bluff City, a groomer. See, she didn't need a van and promises of ice cream or a puppy. If the little kid followed him over there to that van, she didn't need all that. She had a cell phone and a 4K camera to do the exact same thing.
And society has it set up to where these young boys who had shit like this happen to them, they don't look at themselves as victims. Society won't even look at them as victims. That's what's even scarier. Like, they're the perfect victims in this scenario because no one will look at them as victims. Because even though the power dynamic is a little bit different, that 14-year-old boy, I know the two parties here, I'm not saying the two parties here had sex or anything like that. It wasn't mentioned in this whole, she just sent photos to him. But imagine if it got so far to where they actually started having a very inappropriate adult-child relationship, and she really was giving that 14-year-old boy some of that hoo-ha. You know what I'm saying?
It's worse than that. Because this is a dark blue, leftist, soy boy society state like New York, which obviously let her out with no bail out of pocket. These kind of states, how many times are we going to have to hear as a country about these kind of states suing the boy when he turns 18 for back child support in arrears and forcing him to pay money to his rapist? How many times are we going to see these little boys who are victimized by these grown women who knew what they were doing and they have to pay the price out of pocket as if there's something that they wanted to do?
So yeah, if that were to happen, I mean, thankfully it didn't go that far, but if it did, they still wouldn't look at that boy as a victim because she's still being, even though she's the adult in this situation, she has all the power, she's the one being penetrated, which is why a lot of people look at it differently. I wish it wasn't like that, but unfortunately that's just how it is. And it's to me, it's disgusting because it's just a big fat double standard that everyone just seems like they just accept it. Well, not everyone, but most of society accepts it. But one look at it that way if we're a grown man and an underage girl. I'm not saying that he should, if it was a dude, that he should be let off easy. Absolutely not. I was like, if you're not going to let a man off easy for this same crime here, don't let her off easy. That's just my point about the whole thing. The law's supposed to be fair across all genders and races of people, right? But, you know, this is America at the end of the day. I don't know what else to tell you. And with that being said, thank you for watching. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Also, hit the link in my description to follow me on other social medias and as well as support me directly on this channel. And with that being said, I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.
Listen, shout out to the homie Bluff City Nerd out of Memphis, Tennessee. Great friend of the channel. We love that brother over here. I'm going to leave a link down to his channel as well as his social so you can go check him out. Stop by, say hi, and tell him I sent you. Good brother over there. But I'm going to tell you something, man. This story hits me harder than it might hit most people because I have a son. And he's a handsome boy. And I'm not just saying that because he's mine, because I know parents are a little biased in that regard. I'm saying that because we have, since the day he was born, everywhere we go, it doesn't matter where, the grocery store, the mall, Lowe's, the goddamn post office, everywhere we go, women melt in his presence. It's a superpower that he's got. And one day I hope he harnesses it for the proper usage. But again, he's single digit age. He's young. He's a little boy. But puberty is coming. And if he can maintain his current look, because some kids look different as they get older than it is a child. But if his looks remain the same, I plan on buying him a great skincare regimen once he hits 11 and 12, because puberty is coming, to get him in the habit of using the proper skincare so that doesn't become an issue for him. Little girls his age are probably going to be all over him. But what that means is chicks like this are probably going to be all over him too. And it offends me when I hear these guys talk about they think that it's cool or cute or something that these little boys get victimized like this. Guys, if you are a parent, a grandparent, an uncle, hell, if you're an older brother with a younger brother who's a handsome young fella, watch out for him. Take the time and watch who they are interacting with, because it's not a game out here, guys. That's all I got for today, fellas. That's my time. Like the video, comment down below. Share with a friend, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Never let your brother suffer in silence when the truth can set him free. Networkers, we working. Until next time.